भाई नीचे आ जाओ, थोड़ा नीचे आ जाओ भाई लोग, आप लोग नीचे हो जाओ, ऐसे नीचे हो जाओ।
Thank you so much,
Kajal here? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. So when it comes to shaving, initially even I had my reservations and my doubts, but after I used my Gillette Venus razor, I truly believe that it's the most convenient, most effortless and preferable way of hair removal for me, because this saved me from the hot wax that was poured over my body, or the pulling and the tugging of hair, which was so unnecessary. I mean, this was very convenient. This was they had this fabulous aloe vera strip which also moisturized my skin along with hair removal, which really worked for me. And the way they've designed the razor, I did not have to ever worry about nicks and cuts, and it's been a very, very smooth and effortless process.
Absolutely, and I think in your profession, having nicks and cuts, I think it's a no, complete no-no.
Having nicks and cuts is a big no-no, as well as having hair on your body is a big no-no. So every tiny little detail gets magnified on screen, and you do not want to go for a close-up shot with even one strand on your body. I mean, it's just not acceptable.
Right. And Namrata, since you are responsible for making many of our Bollywood divas look dazzling at all times, I think shaving also comes close in the picture, because as Kajal said, having hair or nicks and cuts just is a complete no-no. So what is your views about it?
It's always a complete no-no, and for me personally, I always have at least 7-8 of these in my bag for all my actors. It's very easy, very efficient, very safe to use. It actually moisturizes your skin, while you shave. A lot of people have this myth, that, oh my god, you shave, your skin gets dry, but that's really not true. There are lots of, things that are in the razor itself that, moisturize your skin. And to have it on set is very handy. It's very easy to use, and for me, personally, it takes like 2 minutes. So that's like all the time in the world I have to remove the hair.
There's also a myth, sorry to interrupt, but there's also a myth that your hair comes back darker or your skin darkens, which is really not true. I mean, these are just myths, and I'm sure Dr. Shetty will be able to throw more light on this, but I just feel that my skin is the same. I mean, it makes no difference whatsoever.
Absolutely. I think this was my next question. So what are the other myths that you have heard about, related to women's shaving specifically? Because men's shaving, men, they can shave. They are used to shaving, but women's shaving, there have been so many myths that we have heard from, right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. What were the myths that you have heard about, and how has your perception changed?
Like I said, that post-shaving, the hair comes back harder and thicker and like a man. But that's not true. That's so idiotic. I mean, nothing like that ever happened, thankfully. And it's just the same. I mean, it's just like any other hair removal technique, but I feel this is far superior because it's in your control.
Well, Dr. Shetty, this is right down your alley. I think a lot of women must be asking you about shaving and the myths. So could you throw some more light about it and the myths surrounding it?
Yeah, so I think it was really well brought out by both the ladies here about the myths. So maybe we can start off by the first myth, where people think the hair grows back thicker, which is so not true, because what's happening is you perceive it as thicker. So once you shave, you're like, imagine cutting off a tree at its trunk. So what grows is the whole trunk that you see, as against any other method when it grows up tapering. So here in a couple of days it will taper up the tip, and it doesn't feel pokey, but it's never going to make it thicker, because the thickness of your hair is more dependent on your genetics, your hormones, your ethnicity and all of these. Never the method of hair removal. So that's the first myth. And the second, as Kajal rightly brought out, is people think that it makes your skin darker. It does not. It's because when you're shaving, you also tend to take away the top dead layer of the skin. So it actually gently exfoliates you. So your skin is brighter and nicer. And because there are newer gadgets which have strips with moisturizers inbuilt, they also leave a layer of moisturizer as they're shaving. So it kind of covers it up and makes it much more smoother. Yeah, so unless you choose a wrong gadget, which gives you the cuts and the nicks like the earlier gadgets would, they then probably can make your skin look dark, like anything after a wound ends up becoming darker. But not when you choose the right gadget. That's why it's most important to do that.
Absolutely. Well, Kajal, as a celebrity, how important is it for you to look at your best at all times? And how does she manage that? That is the more important question. How do you manage that?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, this is our job. We do have to look at our best at all given times. And especially while we're shooting, you know, we have to be immaculate in terms of grooming, immaculate in terms of fitness, health, all of it. It's an entire package, of course. And obviously we have a fabulous team, the experts, who help us and guide us and take care of us during difficult situations. So I guess that's about it. It's all about grooming and feeling good. And I guess that goes hand in hand. That's like a correlated statement, because once you are well groomed, you do feel confident and you do feel your best. So I guess that's about it.
Right, it's just like the celebrities, I think for the modern woman also the right guidance from the experts is very important, and that's why our experts are here for us. Well, Dr. Shetty, apart from the hair getting thicker and darker, we also have other myths surrounding shaving, like the skin gets darker, which all of us have heard about. The skin gets darker or the skin gets drier. So what are the other myths that you have heard, and could you throw more light about it?
Yeah, so as I said, these are the three most important myths that you usually hear. Darker and drier, as you brought out now. Darker does not happen, we spoke to you earlier. So if you use a wrong gadget and you press when you shave too hard, then probably you take off a little more skin than you should take off, and that can then turn dark. But the newer razors are made in such a way that the grip of the lady's hand is taken into consideration. So that is in such a way that all the pressure that you put does not get transferred onto the blade. It still is a head which takes it well, and there's a flexibility there. So it only touches the skin as much as it should, and then gives you a close shave without taking away your skin, but just exfoliating the top dead layer. And then there are strips which give it moisturizer on while you're shaving. We were recently at the Gillette Innovation Center in England, and I was amazed to do this tour of their innovation center, where they showed us magnified blades to see how much care is taken for the blade edges to be absolutely sharp. So it does not scrape at different levels onto the skin. It's sharp and it's smooth. And then you actually see in simulators that the strips they have on top and bottom is laden with the moisturizer, and that flows along when you shave. It's so amazing to see it. First you think, really in a strip does it come out? But you really see it happening in an innovation center, and you really believe in the product that it does give you what it speaks.
So men's razors and women's razors are quite different, just like men's hair and women's hair are quite different. But my next question is, what are the points that women should keep in mind while buying a razor and during the shave?
So while buying a razor, it's extremely important to know your gadget well. One, as I said, make sure it's comfortable for you to hold, so you're not struggling in different body contours, and make sure the edges of the razor holder is not too sharp. So while you're going in delicate areas like underarms and other private body parts, you're not just scraping away the skin and hurting the skin at most times. And in pursuit of trying to get a closer shave, you end up pressing it too hard with gadgets with a single blade. That's when you scrape your skin off. So it's important to look for a gadget with multiple blades. And then another thing, as I brought out earlier, the pressure while you apply is very important as to how it behaves on the skin. So make sure that it's a flexible head and the pressure from the handle is not transferred directly onto the blade. So these are a few things, and if you have added benefits of it moisturizing your skin, that would be really nice. And during shaving, what's important is make sure you moisturize your skin before. Shaving while your skin is wet is a very quick and a beautiful idea to do. And moisturize after shave. I'm sure the other two ladies who want to add on their own experiences of what they do.
I think it's very important to use a shaving gel, and if you don't have a shaving gel, you can use a body wash. You can even use a conditioner to moisturize your skin before you shave, as long as your skin is wet. It is always recommended to do a wet shave than a dry shave. It exfoliates your skin beautifully. You get very even toned skin, which for me as a makeup artist goes a really long way for my actor or my celebrity or anybody for that matter, because it's less work for me. You know, when the skin is smooth, you don't have to like, you know, do too much to the skin. It just looks really beautiful and lovely. Remember to change that, because that means the aloe gel and the moisturizer are getting over. So, you know, it's not going evenly on your skin anymore, so just change it. So this is the biggest question people ask us: when do you change, you know, the blades of your razor? So this is the time, and it's very, very apparent in the Gillette Venus, because the strip, which is like a nice green, becomes very, very dull and faded. Time to change your blade.
Well, next question that I have is for all three of you together, because all three of you are in the celebrity business. And nowadays, women, the working women, they don't have much time. There is not much time. Time is money. They don't have time for going to the parlors, for waxing, and then pre and post. Therefore, Gillette is coming in handy. So I want all of you to please tell us, do you think shaving should be part of the beauty regime for all the modern women?
For sure. I feel that, you know, because I shave every alternate day or once a week depending on my hair growth, I don't get any ingrowths. I'm very comfortable wearing sleeveless clothes. It takes me 2 minutes to shave, you know, when I'm having a shower, because I don't have time every 15 days or every once in a month to keep going and getting waxed. And every time I used to wax, I used to get ingrowths. It used to be so uncomfortable, and I used to keep itching it, and then that's when my skin started getting discolored. So when I discovered shaving, it's like my life changed.
I completely agree with Namrata on that. I think shaving is like a revolution, and I think all of us should do it, because it's far more efficient and far better than waxing. And also even these newer techniques like maybe laser hair removal, etc., there's nothing which is permanent. Nothing. So even if you do something like that, you do have to come back to a hair removal technique, and I think shaving is the best option, better than any of these. And also one more thing, Namrata very rightly mentioned about changing the blade when the green strip wears off, but my point of view on that is a little different. I like to change my blade after every shave. I'm a little greedy for moisture, and I like changing it after every shave, just for the pure fact of getting more of the aloe on my skin with every shave. I think that works the best.
Well, it is cost effective, so
Might as well.
Yeah, so I think gone are the days when beauty and grooming was only a star's perspective or an actor's need. Today it's kind of become everyone. So a lot of times when patients come to me, they say, "Doc, but I'm not a star," or for any of those beauty treatments for that matter, because we do treat a lot of actresses. But at the end of the day, whether you're an actress or not an actress, you want to look beautiful for yourself. You want to feel your skin smooth for yourself. So it's extremely important that you follow the right grooming methods. So if there is something that you want to remove your hair, as both these ladies told you, I'm just reiterating it as a doctor and a skin expert, that choose something which suits you best, which you know has the least minimum irritation to the skin. And to me, among all the various hair removal methods, this is very physical and has the least heat or chemical or anything that might harm your skin. So this is one of your most handy, easy, quick to do thing. Whether you're a doctor or a makeup artist or an actor, all of us are in that, I need to just rush. And none of us have the time to go and do things and wait. The worst in shaving, do you remember waxing?
Yeah.
Because you have to wait for a length of hair.
I think with shaving,
Yeah.
you have control. When you're waxing, it's in someone else's hands. So they can burn you, they can...
The hygiene factor is also in someone
You don't know
else's
if the
hand.
waxing strips are clean. Some
Yeah.
people use cloth, some people use, disposable. You don't know how long they're lying out for. Yeah, ladle. You see one after the other people going into waxing rooms, and it's the same knife being used to apply the wax, So you have control over the hygiene of your body, which I think is really, really important.
And then it's the waiting for the hair to grow a certain length before you go to your next session of your hair removal, which is another pain, because if you end up wanting to wear a short skirt, then you need to...
Center, madam, center. Excuse me.